Welcome back to another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host Terry, and today continuing our All-Pro Film Session series with Jason Kelce. So again, going through the first team All-Pro roster, looking at the film, breaking down what I see, and then confirming if I think they're All-Pro status or not. So we got Jason Kelce from the Philadelphia Eagles, who's plays center. Again, another player that I didn't get to scout coming out was a 6th round pick out of Cincinnati, where his brother Travis played as well. Not really a big time prospect, but that's the thing with offensive linemen, especially interior offensive linemen. They don't have to be big time picks to end up being really good. So yes, you could get a guy in the first round that becomes an All-Pro, but you also could get one in the later round. So couldn't say this is one that I got to scout. So I'm actually excited when it's someone I didn't get to scout so I could watch their video fresh for the first time. So anyway, we're going to go through some touchdowns from Carson Wentz, a few running touchdowns by Josh Adams, and kind of break down what we see. So let's go ahead and get this started. Hopefully this player wants to work for me because usually I act stupid. All right, so we're on the goal line. I knew it. I knew it. Why did I believe that it would work? They should really fix that. So anyway, the first play is against the Rams because we're going backwards. In the white zone, really, hand off to Josh Adams. Hits the gap, makes his way in. So we'll go through the end zone view. So out of the shotgun again, Jason is at the center. I wonder how many times I'm going to accidentally do that. He's going against Ndamukong Suh. So he's reaching, got a double team, but trying to reach, get him out of that gap. They do a good job occupying Suh and then turning it into a wall. So that's a really nice job. I'm not sure who the other guard is. But again, trying to get towards that outside shoulder and really make Suh move down the line, which is exactly what he does. Makes it easy for the double team to move. Then they scrape, get to the second level, pin all three. And it's a huge lane created by the offensive lineman. And again, Suh's not what he was, but he's still a hell of a strong player. So that's impressive in itself. All right, so Kelce again at the center. This time we got, I guess you could say like a mini tunnel screen. I wouldn't say exactly a pick play, but kind of a pick play. I hate those. So he's at the center. So it's going to be a quick throw. Not much you got to do. Double team there again. And I like his leverage. I know it's quick, but I like his leverage. I mean, he's an undersized guy. But you see he's underneath this defensive lineman, sinking his hips, making sure that he has the power position. And you don't have to hold that block a whole long time because it's a quick throw. So against Dallas again. Motion to empty, 6-man protection really if they want it, but end up 5-man. And Wentz has some time there to throw. So let's see what Kelce does on that play. So he's with 99. He's got help. And that's the thing with interior linemen, especially centers. Most of the time, there's not going to be a guy right over you. You're going to have to help block. And that's a skill in itself, having the IQ to know where to go and when to help out, especially if there's a blitz. 4-man rush on that play, so no blitz. So pretty easy for him. Dallas again. In the white zone, just living in the white zone against Dallas. So we got another pass. About an average amount of time. So let's see if we can see the offensive lineman. Change the formation up. So again, Kelce just help blocking. Actually gets a piece of 2 people right there, which is nice. But a good center is going to be able to help out his rest of his line. So he's going to chip here, then hip check the other guy. So Nice little play to give two people some help and Carson Wentz a little bit of extra time before the pass rush got there. So against the Redskins now. And then the white zone again. That looked like a false start. I'm shocked they didn't call that. So Carson scrambles around for a touchdown and passes it. So let's see. They gave him some time. And this is a good front in Washington. So Kelce's 1-on-1. Stalemating this guy underneath his pads. He's got one hand inside, one hand outside, but strong enough to control him, which is interesting, especially, like, again, if you're short, that doesn't matter to me because you got leverage, but this guy's a little light as well. You can see he's not as big as these other guys, but then you see him able to control these blocks. And so you know he has to have a lot of core strength, a lot of upper body strength as well to control somebody on the line where they are stalemated the entire time. And I couldn't see which D lineman that was. But Washington has a lot of good ones. So against Washington again. Pass play. And this time that's Jonathan Allen out of Bama that he's working against. Plenty of time for Wentz. So he's going to help out. And the guard, the left guard initially does a good job as well. All right, so now it's against the New York Giants in the red zone. Got another passing play. Carson's got a decent amount of time. So let's go ahead and check out the pass pro. Once again, helping out. And not really having to do too much. Just from the little I'm watching, the guards next to him seem really good as well. And I know Brandon Brooks is a big name. I don't know too much about the other guys. But they look like they're definitely handling business and making Kelce's job pretty easy. On pass pro, at least. So we got a rushing touchdown against the Giants by Josh Adams. On the goal line. Eagles take forever to snap the ball. So we got a little zone, 1-on-1. And you want to see him keep moving his feet on that play, to be honest. He starts getting his man washed down a little bit. But then he counters back. And his feet are dead now. He recovers and tries to pin him, which ultimately helps because the running back makes that decision. But you want to see him be a little more controlled. But that was a good second effort. At least he just didn't give up and fall. He kept working back to pin off the guy. So against the Saints this time, got a run play. Josh Adams hits a nice run. And actually, Travis Kelce is not in on this play. I don't know if he was hurt at that point. I know he started the game. All right, so let's move to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have last year had a really nasty defensive front. I think they'll still have a good defensive front. So we got a screenplay. And this is why I think you'll see the Eagles line really shine. Especially in the last few years, they've always kind of been a team that likes to do the screen game. And so we got a nice little pass pro here waiting to see if the line moves. Now, these guys are really good. I'm not sure who 95 is, but you'll see they're not fake. They don't come upfield and chase the quarterback. They flow right to the screen. So now you got guys riding the screen, but Kelce does a really good job using his speed and momentum to move 95 out of the way. So 95 does a good job. He's ready in position, but 62, Kelce really moves him out of the way and creates that lane for Smallwood. I believe that's Smallwood. I don't want to act like I know all the Eagles players. So in the white zone against Jags, pass play. Nice catch by Ertz. Let's see. We got a one-on-one matchup. Well, I didn't want to do what I asked it to. So again, I don't know who 97 is, but he stunts right into the center. So he stunts. Kelce's ready to pick him up. Again, good leverage. I want to see his hands be a little better. He gets tangled up. That's Malik Jackson, I believe. But still, good ability to anchor and absorb that blow. So we're watching in real time. Hands weren't perfect, but again, in good position and good strength to anchor down and not let that affect the quarterback. So against the Carolina Panthers, in the red zone, almost in the white zone, got a play action pass. And again, these are some good fronts that they're seeing. Some real good fronts. And they got even better now they got Gerald McCoy, but they probably won't have to see him. So Kelce on a double team. Not sure who 93 is. Got him completely taken care of. Easy pickings. In good position too. And one thing that you won't see on this play, but you gotta decipher, is that he's in good position now before that running back came. If that was a blitz, he's in good position on this double team where he's helping, but he's not overcommitted. So he can release and get to this linebacker if there was a blitz, or if 92 was creating more pressure, he could release and get over there to him as well. And so he doesn't have to, so you won't really see that unless you know what to look for. That's just good positioning by Kelce, understanding his job as a center. And the job as a center is not easy. You do have the most help, but you also got to provide the most help. And not everybody's good at that. So we get a little rollout on the goal line against the Panthers again. I'm sure the line just gets some movement. That was a nice reach. I mean, who is that? 99, which I believe is KK Short. Almost messed that play up, but that wasn't Kelce's guy. He's over here. But whoever this is, Kelce reaches him really well. You're going to see him go from the center position, get towards his outside shoulder with a really quick first step. And that's one of the biggest things people like in centers now is that athleticism. So you see he heads him off, which creates this congestion right there because honestly KK Short beat his man. So it was a nice play right there. Athleticism on the offensive line is a new thing that's really popular for a lot of teams. And before, you just didn't have a lot of teams with great lateral, or a lot of offensive linemen with great lateral quickness. So against the Giants, get that double team, give Wentz some time. He scrambles and makes a play. So again, Kelce on the double team, stalemated. And that's the thing. Sometimes you'll get the nose tackle type linemen that don't really have pass rush ability. And then in that time, the center's job is easy. I give credit to Carson sticking in that pocket, though. It looked completely collapsed, and he was not phased. But yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you get guys that just have no real pass rush ability, and it's just like, oh, okay, you just, easy day. But then you get Aaron Donald and guys like that. So sometimes you'll watch a center, if you catch them in the right game or the right play, you're like, oh, that's not that hard. But then there's going to be certain matchups where the top centers really prove their worth. And so we got another passing play. And I believe that's Snacks. I thought Snacks went somewhere else. Maybe that's not Snacks. Who's 98? All right, so we'll see Kelce, who's one-on-one with 98. Absorbs the initial blow. And again, if he didn't have help, I think he's perfectly fine. His leverage is so low underneath those pads. He's got a really good anchor. And that's the number one thing with a center, is that you got to have a good anchor because you're the quickest way to the quarterback. So if you're a center that can't hold your water against a power rusher, you're not going to make it very far. And so seeing the center, the number one thing, if you're talking about all pro or top centers, can they absorb that initial blow without, getting the play messed up? And so quick throw again. Kelce doesn't have to do much, but you see him really reroute that lineman. And these are big boys. So you see the strength that he has to just complete. And honestly, his hand placement isn't great. Usually he's got one hand in good position on the breastplate and the other hand's towards the shoulder. I'm not a fan of that. But the fact that he's still executing like that shows exactly how strong he really is. So I'll give him definitely points for that. But you imagine you'll see some guys, and here we go with the defensive touchdown. I love when they throw those in because I just filter it by touchdowns, and I guess they count defensive touchdowns. But anyway, you'll see guys like Zach Martin, guys like that get their hands in the right spot all the time. And you just imagine how much better Kelce could control lineman if he had his hands in the right place as well. But again, just helping out. And that's good on the stunt. So he's able to help clean that all up. But of course, Daniil makes the play there. And there you go. So against the Vikings, again, they're almost in the white zone. And the Vikings, another really good defensive front. So getting some good action for the Eagles line this year. And that's a good pickup. And then, of course, that's the other thing that we really haven't seen is blitz pickup. That's the other thing where centers become real important. And so now we got 4 down. Let's see what we end up getting. So we get 4 rush. We get a late blitz by Barr. And that blitz comes with a twist by Daniil Hunter. And so now you got to watch Kelce. He's got his eyes again being in position, helping, but then he's ready to catch anything coming in. Now everything's picked up. Now, of course, that takes all 5 linemen to be in concert. But as I talked about earlier, if Kelce doesn't have good technique to be in position, he could very easily overcommit to 93. Let's get a good look at that to illustrate what I'm saying. So he could very easily overcommit here, and Daniil on a good time would have had a free run. And you've seen that. Sometimes you'll see, like, why did that quarterback just get blasted like that? Why did that guy not get picked up? It's because there's not communication, or there's a lineman that isn't picking up the blitz correctly. They're out of position. And so, again, it's not a lot of sexy plays, but these are very important plays that, especially on touchdown plays, those wouldn't be touchdowns if those things don't happen. And so we got another passing play again. Kelce's got help on 93. They lock him up, and that's Sheldon Richardson, who had a resurgence. That's just good job right there. So who we got? The Titans this time. This play's a little out of focus. All right, so against the Titans, looks like it was a passing play. 1-on-1, and you could tell these guys were trying to switch. And not perfect technique by Kelce, but very high IQ play. So you can tell these guys are trying to run a stunt. He's going to be working here, and he's going to be pinning over. So Kelce's got him pinned, and the shoulders turn. He spins, redirects to the other guy, and then picks him up. Because this is what I'm talking about. This is overcommitting, and that's why stunts work so well. So he's already lunged a little, but right now, he's feeling like, okay, I got this guy pinned. Perfect. That's my job. But the D lineman knows that he wants to go here. So y'all pushing me right to where I want to go because my teammate's about to come around and go through the open space. But some centers would just be content. Okay, I'm here. I'm good. He's pinned. But then Kelce makes the smart play and realizes they're trying to do a stunt, or not a stunt, but really a game. And he's going to, he didn't slide his feet, but he spins around and makes the play. Like, oh crap, and picks him up. And again, those half a second differences is the difference between a touchdown and not. So heads up play, if anything. Not great technique, but heads up play. So we got another pass play. Looks like it might have been a blitz as well. We'll get to the end zone view, see what happens. So Kelce's got open space, looking to help. Sees the cross, help pins it down, continue to move his feet. It's a good job. And a lot of times as a center, you're going to be freelancing, so it's important for you to really understand where everybody is and where you need to help at. So against the Colts, in the red zone, locks up with the lineman. Again, good leverage, playing underneath people's pads, showing the good ability to anchor, not getting bullied back. Hands in the chest, that's nice. Good job by Jason Peters, because that blitz could have been more effective, but that guy got completely redirected. Or I guess that wasn't a blitz. It was a pin. And we don't know if Kelce would have picked that up, but they did a good job. So that is it for Jason Kelce from the Eagles. Really good stuff. I was interested watching, and sometimes you forget how much centers have to do. He went against a lot of good fronts. I wouldn't say you saw a lot of dynamic plays, but you can tell he's got high IQ. You can tell he's got high strength, and that's a common thread with all the All-Pro guys. So, again, I don't watch the centers of the league all the time, so not a lot to compare it to, but I would say All-Pro status. There's definitely some high-quality abilities right there. So I would confirm All-Pro status. So go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about Jason Kelce. Start the conversation, spread it around. Like, subscribe. I just lost my flow. Like and subscribe, or thumbs up, subscribe. There we go. And thank you for listening.